What's happening, guys? Welcome back to another reaction. Very excited to get into this one. We're checking out the return of NMIXX with Soñar Breaker. I checked out the teaser, was very intrigued, and from a quick look on Google, in Spanish, Soñar means dream. So very excited. There were a couple of visuals, or just like the vibe kind of like reminded me in a way of their debut, both actually vocally a little bit, but also visually, whether it's something that relates to Pirates from the OO debut, or just something else. Like the vibe seemed kind of similar. So I'm very excited about this one. So without further ado, let's get into it. That sounds epic. What is happening? Whoa.
저기 붉은 달은 hometown 놀라 우리의 blood type 공상 가득한 our life 쏟아진 shooting star 궤도를 벗어나볼까 꿈꿔온 방향대로 우릴 맡겨볼 time
Go. Ooh.
Stop it 하늘 위로 다시 던져봐 한 발만 내디뎌 꿈속안에 활활
Damn, really?
So fast 꽉 붙잡아 just like that Come on so soñar I soñar I soñar ay Come on so soñar I soñar No need to worry Come on so soñar I soñar I
Whoa.
soñar ay Come on so soñar I soñar Chase up 구름 내 숨은 꿈의 island Don't wanna see it Don't you wanna see it baby Do you like it I like it yeah Don't wanna feel it Don't you wanna feel it baby And this 너는 내 boy
Oh, we're mixing it up. Nice.
필요 없어 방패 세상은 액땜 but we got my name 멋있게 잠든 princess 남미 우리 다운 그룹으로 jumping wow 새로운 결말이 make it break it and change it
That was a cool transition. That was pretty cool. Using the toy truck and then they're suddenly on a real truck. That was dope.
princess 남미 우리 다운 그룹으로 jumping wow 새로운 결말이 make it break it and
Nice.
change it drop it we don't wanna stop it 하늘 위로 다시 던져봐
Nice. That was a cool visual.
So fast 꽉 붙잡아 just like that Come on so soñar I soñar I soñar ay Come on so soñar I so No need to worry Come on so soñar
Damn.
I soñar
That was dope.
I soñar ay Come on so soñar I so 끝도 없는 상상 위로 let me die Put it up
That was nice.
Put it up be original thing 매일 너 상상해 I still dreaming
Whoa.
Ooh, like it? 목소리를 twist it like this Ooh, like it? Get it loud Come on so soñar
Oh.
I soñar ay Come on so soñar I soñar No need to worry
Holy shit. I felt like I was hallucinating for a second there.
Like it? I'm twist it like this. Ooh, like it? Get loud.
Oh my god. I think that was probably one of the most creative songs, and I remember seeing a lot of comments being like NMIXX are shying away from like the NMIXX, like the concept or change up and all that kind of stuff, and clearly that's not really the case. This was addicting, and like the visuals of all of them and like the pink outfit, I legitimately thought that I was hallucinating for a second and that I'm seeing just one version of the same, different versions of the same girl. I'm seeing some of the comments saying that mixed pop is back and better than ever, and another comment said that I think they finally found the perfect balance of mixed pop. The change up here is not too on the nose like in OO and Dice, but still gives a sense of surprise. Did that rhyme? In a K-pop generation full of Y2K, the weirdness is so fun. And there's definitely an element of like weird, like a bit of a trip kind of. I don't know if acid trip is the right word to describe it, but like the pink visuals, you have all of this like waves coming up that look like little mountains that are made from CG and whatnot, and then you have what looked like freaking whales and stuff. There is definitely a few visuals that actually kind of reminded me of their OO debut, especially like the beginning. And I love the part of all of them synchronizing, as they say, over the endless imagination. Let me dive, and then all of the girls literally kind of like do the motion of like diving. And it was just incredibly addicting with one girl falling under the next one like a domino. It was really dope. Be original. I imagine more every day. I feel I still dream and I love it. Hesitation, twist it like this. So like don't hesitate, twist the hesitation. Don't be afraid of showing your real you. Don't This actually ironically reminds me of the scene from Inception where Tom Hardy's character tells Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character, "You mustn't be afraid to dream a little bigger, darling." And they're like going all out on like this trippy. I don't even know how to describe this kind of dream. This imagination is absolutely going wild here. It's really, really awesome. The transition. It wasn't like technically a transition, but like literally having like that toy truck on the paper, just running it like that, and then suddenly they are on a real truck. That was a really cool cut, in my opinion. It was really, really, it was incredibly impactful. And they also say breaker and changer. I'm guessing is a bit of a thing for them, kind of like not being afraid of breaking through barriers and changing the game in a way and doing something that hasn't been done before, and just not be afraid to be original and to be creative and to just be yourself. They literally say, "I won't bypass Goliath in the way, just go straight. No need for a shield. The world is an egg. Hard rock is my name. Sleeping princess in a fairy tale, not me." So we're not your typical like princesses. We're our own thing. A new ending, make it with a groove of our own jumping, which is also kind of like they quite literally have their own rhythm and their own groove, and they're very, very unique in this one. I feel like this song really capitalizes on what makes NMIXX such a mix of everything. No pun intended. And towards the end, they say a new ending, make it. We're breaker and changer, and never wanting to stop and throwing an anchor above the sky and go straight into that dream of yours, a wormhole, and just do whatever you want to do, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Just do whatever makes you you, and don't hesitate. Like, I'm not sure if like the people in the hoodies with the white shirts kind of like supposed to represent normal potentially, and us being unique and different from the bunch or something, but at the same time they're dancing with them, so I'm not really sure if they're supposed to represent something that is against NMIXX or not. But the flag and everything is like planting our own flag, showing our own colors and not being afraid of it. I love the fact that the song also includes a couple of different languages, obviously, but it also kind of like visually, it has a little bit of grit to it, like the graininess of the footage that they added in post, and just the darker colors in the scenes of them outside. It looks a little bit more like a gritty movie, whereas some music video, let's call them like Marvel movies, that looked very vibrant and just shiny and looked almost like a formula that is very much the norm. People love it, they take it, it is what it is. And then NMIXX comes along and they're almost like the DC universe, almost like the Zack Snyder of things, and they have something that feels a little bit more gritty, a little bit darker, but it still shines bright colors, which I thought was really, really cool. So I love the message. I love the fact that despite the weirdness of the concept, it's still, the message is still as old as time, and it will never get old, because just do your own thing and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. So go off on your dream. Don't let anything but the imagination of yours to be, the limit. So there's no limits to your imagination, basically. So I really, really like that. And the chorus is incredibly addicting. Like, I can picture myself brushing my teeth at like 7:30 a.m. and just doing the Soñar and just kind of like moving my head and kind of like doing this to brush my teeth rather than this. Anyway, it's very, very catchy and very, very hypnotizing. And like, I really love their facial expressions in this one too. Like, there's like a certain element of like edge to them, and like the fucking whale kind of like took me out. Honestly, it was so crazy. And again, there's something incredibly trippy when they're on those like hoods and like the pink pens and whatnot. It's absolutely unique, and it's probably one of the most NMIXX songs that I've checked out so far. When I just reacted to NMIXX for the first time, I had a few thoughts on the OO debuted, which ironically, after a few months, that song still didn't leave my head. It was one of the most addicting songs that I've heard. And then over time, I kind of went from liking the song, but just having a few things that I wish were a little bit different, to then being like, you know what, I actually fucking really, really like the song, and I don't know if I want anything to change. So I appreciate NMIXX for sticking up with that theme of like the change up and embracing uniqueness and all that kind of stuff. And whereas the last couple of comebacks, it felt to a lot of people like they're shying away from it, I'm glad that they brought it back to be like, nah, we stand by our concept, which is switching shit up. And it's not something that we're going to let go of. We're just going to perfect it. And I thought that they did a phenomenal job with this one. So if there's anything else, let me know in the comment section. Looking forward to reading you guys' thoughts and just your opinion on the group and what their potential impact is on music, on K-pop, and everything else. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and be well and safe wherever you are. And I will catch you all in the next one. See you.